Hola, hoy vamos a revisar los reflexivos y serie estar. So we're going to have a look at the reflexive verbs that we looked at last week and also the verb ser and estar, which mean to be. So as you know, we consider the verb reflexive when the action it expressed went back to the same actor, to the same subject. So I wash my hands in English would be me lavo las manos. Yo me lavo las manos. So we say I wash myself the hands in Spanish, or I myself wash the hands, if you want to translate literally word for word. We brush our teeth. Nosotros nos lavamos los dientes. Okay, if you have any problems with this, go back to the previous video. So how do we form reflexive verbs? A verb like levantarse, which we would find in the dictionary in that form, to wake up, to get up, sorry. We form it like, we know that se is the red pronouns that we're going to see. We call them reflexive pronouns. Me levanto, nos levantamos, te levantas, os levantáis, se levanta, se levantan. And the AR endings are there in blue because it's a regular AR verb. So we always put the pronoun in front of the first conjugated verb. Me levanto todos los días a las 7 de la mañana. And if we have a preposition, we keep it attached to the infinitive, but make it agree in the pronoun. So después de levantarme, because it's me ducho. If we have another verb and a reflexive verb, if the verb goes in the infinitive, we can have it at the front, voy a ducharme, or me voy a duchar, or at the back. So the front, me voy a duchar, sorry, and at the back attached to the verb voy a ducharme. Another example would be the expression tengo que, I have to. Mañana me tengo que levantar pronto, or mañana tengo que levantarme pronto. Both of them are valid. So we try these once for ourselves, okay? Acostarse, and lavarse los dientes. So I'm talking about él, he, okay? So before he brushes his teeth or before he goes to bed, we'll try it. So try before he goes to bed. And stop the video here, and we could say antes de acostarse, because it's him, so himself is se. Same for lavarse los dientes, before brushing his teeth, antes de lavarse los dientes, because it's him. Now we have nosotras, so the pronoun for nosotras is nos. Todavía tenemos que, we still have to peinarse, comb our hair, and dry our hair. So todavía tenemos que, stop the video here, try it for yourselves, and then check my answers. Todavía tenemos que peinarnos y secarnos el pelo. Or todavía nos tenemos que peinar y secar el pelo. Desvestirse. Another difficulty here. Vestir is a stem changing from E to I. Andar is irregular. So we have to think about those little problems there because we're going to conjugate the verb now. And the sentence says, cuando llega a casa, yo. When I arrive at home, when I get home, I get undressed and I have a bath. So stop the video, try it for yourselves, and now my answers. Cuando llego a casa, yo me desvisto. D-E-S-B-I-S-T-O. Me desvisto. Y me doy un baño. Doy, D-O-I. Cuando llego a casa, yo me desvisto y me doy un baño. So what's today's main issue? Today we're going to review the verb ser y estar in the present. I have them conjugated here. Yo soy, tú eres, él, ella, usted es, nosotros somos, vosotras o vosotros sois y ellos o ellas son. Y el verbo estar. Estoy, está, estamos, estáis, están. Both of them mean to be. But how, when do we use one or the other? So ser is used for describing the who you are, identity, nationality, religious, political affiliation, profession, and sexuality. So we say things like Miguel es peruano, Marta es católica, son conservadores, sois estudiantes. For time expressions. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 12 menos 20. Es la 1. Possession. ¿De quién es este libro? Creo que es de Juan. For once off, special events, in terms of location, to take place. El partido de rugby es esta noche en el centro. Estar. We use it to express both temporary and permanent location. Estoy en la Plaza Mayor. El banco está en la calle principal. To describe temporary states of mind. ¿Cómo estás, Marta? Estoy muy nerviosa porque tengo un examen hoy. How are you, Marta? I'm very nervous because I have an exam today. To form the present continuous, and we will do a lesson on that later. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Estoy limpiando la cocina. So we have this infographic that may help you. So we use ser for dates, occupation, characteristics, more permanent or less changeable, time, origin, and relation, the word doctor. And estar for position, location, action with the present continuous, condition, and emotion, place. So look at these differences in meaning, for example. Soy aburrido means I am a boring person, versus estar aburrido, estoy aburrido, which means I'm bored. Estoy aburrido porque la clase es aburrida. I am bored because the class is boring. Ser listo versus estar listo. Soy listo. I am intelligent. Estoy listo. I am ready. Eres muy listo. ¿Estás lista? There's a few words like that change a little bit in meaning. So you have a list here. We just did aburrido. And the next one you have there is ser bueno, to be good, but estar bueno, to be tasty or to be attractive, gorgeous. Ser cansado, to be a tiring person, annoying. Estar cansado, to be tired. Ser grave, to be serious. Estar grave, to be seriously ill. Ser grave could be a serious person. Ser listo, to be clever. Estar listo, to be ready. Ser malo, to be bad. Estar malo, to be ill. Or to be, actually, you could use that for some food, meaning disgusting. Ser orgulloso, to be conceited. Estar orgulloso, to be proud. So, ser orgulloso would be your personality trait. Estar orgulloso would be I'm proud of something I just did. To have dark hair, ser moreno. Estar moreno, to be tanned, because it changes, whereas the dark hair normally stays till you're very old. Ser pesado, to be heavy, in terms of annoying. This is actually wrong. It should be the other way around. Ser pesado is to be annoying, and estar pesado is to be heavy or to be tiresome sometimes. Estar muy pesado, someone is very annoying. So both of them could be annoying. And this one is quite tricky, so be careful with the pesado, okay? Ser rico, to be rich. Estar rico, to be tasty. Ser seguro, to be safe. Estar seguro, to be certain. Ser verde, to be green. Estar verde, to be unripe. Ser viejo, to be old. Estar viejo, to look old. So estar sometimes means old. You could use this with guapo, pretty, or guapa. So ser guapo is to be pretty, but estar guapo is to look good. Ser vivo, to be sharp. Estar vivo, to be alive. Okay, so those are some. Don't worry too much about these ones. We're just giving them to you to show you the big changes in meaning that you can do with just a change in a simple verb. So let's try for yourselves. I'll read them, then you stop the video and I'll give you the answers. ¿Dónde? El nuevo restaurante mexicano. En el centro. Hoy, yo, muy triste, Juan, no sé por qué. La exposición de arte mañana por la noche a partir de las 6. Hola a todos, yo, vuestra nueva profesora de conversación, me llamo Marta. El novio de Sandra, muy deportista y muy alto. So stop the video, and when you start it again, I'll give you the answers. 1. ¿Dónde está el nuevo restaurante mexicano? En el centro. 2. Hoy yo estoy muy triste, Juan, no sé por qué. 3. La exposición de arte es mañana por la noche a partir de las 6. 4. Hola a todos, yo soy vuestra nueva profesora de conversación, me llamo Marta. 5. El novio de Sandra es muy deportista y muy alto. Y con esto acabamos. No os olvidéis de ir al libro Practice Makes Perfect de Dorothy Richmond. So, don't forget that you can find the practice for these in Dorothy Richmond's Practice Makes Perfect, the free book that you have in the library, in the Hardeman Library, okay? And you have to go to chapter 1, okay, present tense, and in there, episode 2 or chapter 2 is serie estar, so you have your explanations and your practice, and also chapter 10 is the reflexive verbs. Sorry about that. Have a good week.